Everybody, today is Saturday, June 8th. It's 8:34 a.m. and we're on our way to Starbucks. We're gonna get $5.71 for 1.9 miles. Let's get on over there. Just doing all of my Walmart shopping, and man, there was this guy that was there and he stunk so bad. It was so awful, and everywhere I went he was behind us doing the shopping, and I was just like, get this guy away from me. I couldn't take it anymore. So I actually just started to change my shopping pattern just to avoid this person. And it was just this guy like around my age in his 50s, and he was one of these guys, these gym rats, that works out all the time. So he was like super buffed, and he was just drenched in sweat. You could tell his shirt, had changed color from all the sweat. And I was like, God, this guy is so disgusting. Why didn't he shower at the gym? Or go home and shower or something instead of coming here in your stinky clothes, grossing us all out. So what was funny is that when I finally got to the end of shopping and I was checking out, and I went to the regular register, where the little ladies help you. I didn't do the self-checkout. So once I got done with that and I was pushing my cart, I saw the guy checking out as well. He was in the self-checkout, but he was using the Spark driver register, and I thought, oh my God, he's actually gonna be working all day doing Spark orders, smelling like that. And I thought, my God, that is so disgusting. It was unbelievable. I'm like, how could you subject your customers and other people around you all day? You're gonna work like that? And you're gonna just be putting off all that body odor on everybody else. Oh, it was so gross. I don't know what it is about society, but it is forbidden for you to ever tell somebody that they stink. I don't understand why. Like, you could tell somebody their zipper is down. You could tell somebody that that their shoes are untied, but you cannot tell somebody they stink. It is like a taboo subject. Like, you have to just hold your breath and just smile and pretend like everything is fine. And I'm not sure why culturally in America, maybe it's in other countries it's acceptable, but in America, you cannot tell somebody they stink. It is like forbidden. I don't know why.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we got the order. It's loaded up in the car. We got to go 2 minutes away, 0.6 miles. It is an apartment. We have a gate code. They're letting us know what street they're off of. Let's see. They let us know their building number, I think. And then they said they have a bright purple light on the porch. But I doubt that light is on at this time of the day. But anyway, let's get going. Guy inside of the Starbucks, he was moving so fast, and I was just walking at my normal walking pace because I did not want to collide with him. But he was like a hornet in there, and so he excused himself, which I was like, oh, no problem. And then I just was slowly walking out at my normal speed, and he was zooming right behind me. I thought, oh Lord. And I held the door for him, and he made his way through, but it was just kind of annoying. It's like, I want to just have a nice, slow, easygoing, relaxing day, but sometimes your energy collides with other people. This is going to be a short day too, by the way, because it's already almost 9 a.m. and I only got about 2 hours left in my day. So, we're almost here at the gate. Got to enter the code.
Turn left.
Yeah, we're in, but I don't know where we're going. I don't know. I think I've been to this house before, but it's been a long time. It's been a minute. since I've been over here. So I've got to get myself acclimated. It's probably been about maybe 3 months since I've dropped off to this customer.
Right.
They even have a photo of his door where it's all glowing in purple on the screen. Let's see. It looks like it's building number. Okay, well, let's do the best we can here. Let's see. It's coming up.
Turn right.
Supposedly when I turn right. Let's see. It says it's on the bottom floor, which is good. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be correct. I think, because this building here is the number just before the number I'm looking for. Yeah, this is it. All right. Let me park it here, and then we'll run inside and
drop off on the right.
Or run over there and drop it. Let's go. Out just fine. I just used my muscle memory because I had been here before. I knew that if something didn't look unfamiliar, I wasn't going to go that direction. So that really helped me to steer myself in the right direction. And it was right there immediately when I stepped out of the car. It was right there. So it was very easy drop off. So I'm very happy to tell you that. And now we're just waiting for the next one. It's been slow. I was just hanging out at home for the longest time and nothing good was coming in at all. In fact, I was thinking to myself, wow, I might not do hardly any deliveries. I might do only a couple because it's so slow. There was one that came in and it was the miles and the dollar amount was right, but it was going to a fancy community where they have the guard gate and it takes a long time to get in. And it wasn't a significant amount of money. It was only like $6 and change. And I was just thinking, that's not worth it, the risk of getting stuck. Because it was a bakery. First of all, it was a bakery. And when you go to the bakery, it's usually really busy on the weekends. So that I knew it would high probability of it being a long wait. And then the guard, I'm like, oh no, this is not worth no $6. So that's why I said no to that one. And so now my mind is like, I just want to just do a lot of simple local coffee deliveries now. So that way I don't get, I don't over stress myself today. Because I'm still in recovery mode. I'm not 100% yet. I need to just make sure I take it easy. And I'm sure I'm going to be feeling this way probably for at least another week. Because it takes a long time for your body to recover when you're fighting illness. So I mean, it's just like a regular flu, but still those things can really knock you out, especially the older you get. You know, I'm already in my middle 50s, already on my way to my 60s. And when you get to that point, your body's like not as strong. It's like it's starting to not bounce back like it normally would. So you gotta kind of take it easy, as it were. You gotta just kind of slow it down and not push yourself too much, because all the mechanisms inside your body are well over half a century old, and so that means they're like antique parts that are inside of you that are ready to burst at any moment. So you gotta watch out. Everybody, it's 9:09 a.m. and we're on our way to Tropical Smoothie. We're gonna get $5.75 for 3 miles. Let's get on over there. A lot more comments on my latest video, order melts while I wait for delivery. So I'll just read them verbatim real quickly. So one person said, great redesign of the icons. That was awesome. Good to hear. I'm glad you guys like the redesign. I like it too. It makes a lot more sense when you're watching the video. They're not as distracting, but they're still informing you on what's happening in the state, on the, you know, all the pertinent information. So I like it a lot more too. I wanted to try to add more graphics that show, you know, hand it to me, whether or not we're going to an apartment or a house or a hotel or a business. And also I wanted to add graphics about like if we have a gate code or we don't have a gate code, stuff like that. But I don't know. I haven't figured out how to lay it out yet. So in the meantime, I'll just keep it as it is for now, figure it out. Someone said, I love the little green and red bag icons. They said it's a cute addition and they're glad I'm feeling better. Yep. So those little bags do really help people to, you know right away what app, you know, what app I'm using or what app I'm delivering currently on. So I like that too. I really like that they're the bags, more so than just like text or the stupid UberEats or DoorDash logos. The bags are different. I'm like, this is a lot more, you know, interesting to me too. Another person said, oh yeah, let's go. There's so many. Then another person said, just let your videos run. 8 phones. And I can't let the video just run because one, you run into all these problems with copyright issues, then you got to worry about turning the audio off, and I always try to make them cut at the right moments because, you know, for editing purposes, you want to make sure it's not, there's no dead spots where at least, you know, something's happening at some point, because there are some points where it's just dead silent and there is nothing happening at all. So I've got to do that. Oh, we're here at Tropical Smoothie, and let me see here. I've got to jump back over to hold on, the door. I got to click arrive at store, roll my window down. All right, here we go.
Thank you for Tropical Smoothies. While you wait, check out our new tropical.
How can we get started for you?
Yeah, hi, DoorDash for DP.
I'll have you at the window.
All right, thank you. I took a chance again, everybody, and I went through the drive-through. So I didn't see any cars in the drive-through, so that tells me no one, either one car is there. Every time there's always at least one car. It's very rare that there's not a car. So there's a white Tesla, and they're waiting for their food. Let's see. Oh, I didn't turn off UberEats. $8.28 for 17.8 miles. No, let me turn off UberEats. I don't want to be dealing with that baloney right now. So yeah, and then somebody else said, I don't understand what this one says. While you are melting, still need the gems, and you are reinventing the wheel. I have no idea what that means. Are they saying that what I'm doing, I don't need to be doing by saying that? And why are they talking about me melting the gems? I don't know. I am totally confused on that comment. So that's it. So those are the comments. So, and we're still waiting for the order. I haven't figured out how to make the icons for all those other options that I wanted to have below. I mean, I could always do them below just as text. It could just say, leave it at the door. It could be like right here. It could say, leave it at the door. And this whole area could just be text above. And I haven't figured out what's going to happen when I get stacked orders. Like, because over here on this side, there's going to be, there could be multiple stores and restaurants we'd have to go to. There could be up to 3 different ones. So I have to figure out also how to show all 3 here, and also how to highlight them. Oh wait, or are they over here? See how I get confused, because I forget too that when this video finally plays, sometimes I have to flip it so it gets reversed. So yeah, so I have to figure all that out. I've got to really think about all the different scenarios that could happen. But you know, I've only been doing this for not very long now. I think we're going on, I think, let's see, April, May. I think this month will be 3 months that I've been making videos. So it really hasn't been that long. But I think it's as far as the when I look at my videos from the very beginning when I started to now, I see a huge amount of progress on them. Not just in the overall look of the videos, but also just on the pacing of them, like how much more comfortable I am now talking on camera, which I really like that a lot. I like that it flows a lot more naturally now. Of course, the videos are longer now. I noticed in the beginning I was keeping them shorter because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But I think I find that the longer videos make more sense for me, for what I want to accomplish in my videos. So I'm really happy with how the progress that I've made so far on doing them. And even though I don't find that I'm growing the channel as rapidly as I did in the beginning, I don't think that is particularly that important to me as much as it is about doing videos that I know I can consistently put out, that I enjoy putting out. So yeah, I'm real happy about that. Boy, the person in front of us must have a huge order because they're taking a long time. Maybe I should have went inside. Let me think if I can tell you a childhood story. Oh, okay, I just thought of one. When we were kids, we used to play with the neighbors next door, and they were originally from Mexico, and we used to play Operation. You know that game where you have the little pieces and you buzzes. You got to pull out like the little collarbone and the leg bone, and if you touch the sides, it goes buzz, and then his red clown nose lights up. Well, we used to play that at their house. We had it at our house, and we would bring it over and we would play with it at their house. And they had never played the game before because all of their games were those Mexican games, you know. They had like like those cars that are in Spanish, and they say like the La Boteo and La Araña and all this stuff. And I don't remember how their game went, but I brought ours over to play because it'd be different. Well, we played the game, and then like later on in that month, the mother had broken her leg, and they started saying that they couldn't play the Operation game anymore because they felt the game was black magic. Operation is black magic, and the game was causing their mother to break bones. And so they said, don't bring that game around to our house anymore. And I was just, even as a child, I was like in shock. I'm like, what the hell are these kids, what the hell are they talking about? But we stopped playing the game, and we never played it at their house ever again. And we had superstitions like that too, because we could not ever get a Ouija board in our house because that was considered the devil. So I could see their point of view, but I never would associate any kind of children's game with causing some sort of supernatural event to occur, especially something like as stupid as Operation. But I know that one game that used to make me nuts was the one where you put all the little puzzle pieces inside, and at any moment the clock runs out and it pops up in the air. Perfection, I think it was called. Oh, I hated that game. That game gave me so much anxiety. A lot of those games were like that. Okay, I think it's almost our turn. You won't believe how many bags just went through in that car, and now they're checking their order. It's like, get the heck out of the way. All right, we're up.
Pick up your D.
Yeah, for D.
Here's your smoothies.
All right, great.
And then here's the food with the straw in the bag.
Okay.
Have a great day.
All right, thank you too. All right, we got our order. And the good news is I know we're going to a house. All right, we're off and away. Let's get the heck out of here. We're going to be going 5 minutes from here, 1.7 miles. It's a leave at the door, and we have a gate code. Let's go. Sometimes when I do this job, I feel like I'm doing charity work. It feels like volunteer work because it is such a tiny amount of money. It's just hysterical, but it's just something fun. So I do think it's like I'm helping the poor and the indigent doing this job. Oh my God. Well, I know I'm not. I'm helping the rich and the lazy for the most part, but still, it's still like charity work. And it gets me out of the house, which I enjoy. So, and it's funny how it's led me to making these videos. Before doing YouTube, if it was slow like this, I would just Uber people. I would take people to the airport. And, of course, that paid a lot better than doing these DoorDash deliveries. But the thing I didn't like about driving the people around was that you didn't know what mood they were going to be in. And so it was sometimes unpleasant. You'd get people sometimes that were in bad moods, or they would be mad at their spouse in the car, or they would smell, or they would be late and have all kinds of anxiety, and they put all this stress on you. So that I didn't like at all. Yeah, that was the part I didn't like. I think that's why I said, this is a lot better. And plus, sometimes you'd end up in bad areas. You'd end up real far from home, and I didn't like that at all. All right, we're coming up on the gate here. Let's turn here. Is it here or is the next one? Uh-oh, I think it's the next one. Uh-oh, it's the next one, not this one. Got one more to go, everyone. It's this one. Let me get my gate code out. Oh, Alright, make sure I take my microphone off so I don't let it come flying out of the car. The gate is opening. We are rolling. Alright, I'll flip over. These are nice houses, so I'll flip it around. Alright, we're here in some fancy neighborhood. I don't know which one. It's a fancy neighborhood. The houses are like 5,000 square feet. A lot of them are single story. I think most of them in here are single story. So it's pretty cool. This would be a great house to get if you ever thought about retiring, because you get tons of square footage, but nothing is on the second floor, which makes it a lot better. But of course, you must have huge utility bills. Oh no, these ones coming up are 2-story, so it's a mix here. Yeah, now all of a sudden they're all 2-story, and then they got a separate gate over here, which is nice. They got 2 different entrances. This is very nice. And everybody, of course, takes care of their properties here, because you probably pay so much in HOAs. And then I think it's gonna be this house on the left here. I'm gonna have to make a U-turn.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions.
Let's see.
Leave at my door. Gate code number 7564.
Okay, I see it. We're here. All right, let's dump it off. We got another one, $8.25, but it's 7.3 miles. That's gonna be too far. I've declined it. And then I gotta turn on Uber. Hopefully we get cell service here. Yep, we got cell service. We're back in it. All right, now we're just, of course, waiting as usual, per usual. Hopefully something comes in soon, because we don't got that much time left. We only got 90 minutes left, and then I'm turning this sucker off, and I'm gonna just keep recuperating. At first this morning I was thinking, oh no, I need to keep going until the video, we get an hour long video, but now I'm just at the point where I don't care. It's like, whatever length this video is, it is. It's like, I don't know why I put I put all these rules on myself when I don't need to have any rules. It's like, don't make yourself all stressed out about nothing. The main thing is that I gotta get over all the after effects of this cold. That's what I want to get over. I've been going through so many boxes of Kleenex, it's not even funny. I have to keep Kleenex in my car and keep blowing my darn nose. It's driving me absolutely up the wall. At first I was really worried. I thought maybe there's something wrong, because this happened to me before where I had a constant runny nose, and it turned out I had a tooth infection, and my whole jaw on this side swelled up really big, like I had a golf ball in there. And so it was really scary. I thought, oh no. And I had to have emergency dental surgery and all kinds of craziness. So it brings back those memories. Whenever my nose doesn't want to stop running, my mind immediately thinks, oh no, do I have another tooth, is it called an abscess or whatever? Do I have another abscess inside of my tooth? Or I don't know. Well, we're off to the next one. Starbucks, $6.54 for 2 miles. Let's get on over to Starbucks. Our neighbors next door as children, they were I don't know what part of Mexico they were from. I'm not sure. Maybe they were from, I don't know. I thought they were from Mexico. But you know, there are many countries that speak Spanish. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they were from Mexico. I'm fairly certain. But they also had a strange tradition of rubbing their, whenever one of the daughters had a baby, and they would take the pee from the baby's diaper and they would put it on their face. And I would be in shock as a kid, like, what are they doing? And they said it would take wrinkles away from their skin. There's a Cybertruck. It would take wrinkles away if they put the baby's urine on their faces. I was in shock. They did a lot of strange things that didn't make sense to me, including the fact that most of their house had bed bugs and roaches. So there were quite a few things that were disturbing to me. It's a big order. I got 3 bags. Whoa. We're traveling 0.7 miles from here. It's 3 minutes. It's a house. It's a leave at the door, and we have a gate code. Let's go. Probably noticed that my videos are very structured. Every video, it seems like it's very, very much the same in how it's structured, and I do that because that's how I am as a person. I'm just very methodical, so I have to keep things in a very structured format in order for myself to feel organized. So I guess that's just a reflection. Each person's video that you see, it's a reflection on how in their mind they think is the most successful way for them to structure their videos, is my guess. Because I mean, this just makes it, this is how I feel it works best for me to create my videos in this type of structure, where I do like my little announcements on deliveries, and I always track every single delivery I do. I track it. I don't really try to tell you guys or show you guys like only highlighted portions of my day that I think are entertaining, because to myself, I don't really even know if any of this is necessarily entertaining. So I'm like, well, it's just I always try to think of it more as documenting, like I'm documenting my day, and that's all. And if there's interesting moments that happen during the time that I'm documenting my day, then that's That's the fun, that's the good part, but that people can enjoy if it should
Turn left
happen.
on Sunbeam
But
Ridge
some
Lane,
people,
then turn right on Radiant Horizon
I feel
Avenue.
like they do like, they like seeing, you know, all the aspects of how the day unfolds. All right, let's see. This one has a weird
Turn right
gate
on
code.
Radiant Horizon Avenue.
Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Let's do it. Let's do this. Gonna open for me. It's open. It's opening. Now which way am I going? I'm going to the right. Let me put my microphone back on so you can actually hear me better. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I didn't show you the neighborhood. This is the Legoland neighborhood where all the houses look like they're built in Minecraft world. So if you're a Minecraft fan, this is where you want to move to, because these houses were designed inside of Minecraft.
Drop off on the right.
They must have been, because they just look like Lego blocks. And when they first built this place, I thought they were building a prison. I thought this is where they must be building some type of mental institutions, because they're so blocky. You know, that's like how you would see,
Right.
in my day, you would just see some sort of, you know, institution. But no, they're not. Oh, it's this house here? Okay. All right, let's drop this off. That's all delivered. I got the other apps turned back on. Nothing too exciting to report. Oh dear, it's a Target and a tropical smoothie. $10.75 for 5 miles. I gotta shop for 3 things at Target, and then I gotta go to tropical smoothie. All right. The reason why I'm reluctant to take that one is because, and it's not because of the shopping, because it's almost 10 o'clock, so I can use the self-checkout. So that should be just fine. The issue that I have is the second pickup is tropical smoothie. And you know, with tropical smoothie, like last time we just went to tropical smoothie. You saw what happened there. We were stuck in the drive-thru, and I think I told you my life story as we waited for our tropical smoothie. So I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in that situation again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the front door for tropical smoothie, and hopefully the front door is unlocked and I can just go in and grab my stuff. That's my hope. So, but our first stop's going to be Target, so let's head on over there. Close enough now to activate the shopping list. So let's push that button, and you'll see that we're shopping for a lot of laundry stuff, including a bucket. So it looks like we're just going to get some different laundry detergents, and then we're also going to be getting some kind of bucket, and that's it. So let's head on inside and get it. All right, well, that worked out just fine. It's just a little bit of difficulty finding the Gain, you know, the laundry detergent called Gain. They have 2 different aisles for laundry detergent, which is always bizarre to me. Somehow the selection is so big it doesn't fit in one aisle, so they got to put it in 2. And then even their fabric softener all has to be in a different aisle as well. So it makes for a little bit of a challenge when you don't often get laundry detergent. But it all worked out, and I got her done, and the self-checkout had just opened. So I was totally lucky that I was able to use the self-checkout and didn't really have to wait long at all to get it. So now we're on our way to Tropical Smoothie, and it's right here in the same shopping center, so that's not going to be a problem. It's just all these terrible drivers that go into Starbucks. They all drive like crap, so we're all just stuck. It's like, someone's got to go. I'm like, if you're not going to go, I'm going to go. It's like, someone's got to go. I guess these Tesla drivers, they can't drive worth a damn. So it's like, I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm going to go for it because I'm in a hurry. All right, let's go in and get it. Was the smart thing to do. It was sitting there waiting for us. All right, we got everything. All I've got to do now is hit confirm pickup and get our directions going. All right, and of course there's no internet. That's right, everybody. There's no internet. This job is the best. It is the best. There's nothing better than this job, I tell you. I don't know why everybody doesn't do this kind of work. It is the only job you can do where every single thing is designed to slow you down and you don't get paid. Who wouldn't want a job like this where you get nothing but roadblocks all day long and they don't pay you for your time? And if you do the pay for time, you'll get in trouble if you take too long. They'll actually threaten to kick you off the app if you take too long to complete the order. That's right. So it's not really paid by time. Whereas if you just do the regular one where you pay per offer and it takes you a long time, you don't get in trouble. It's a crazy world. But I'll take it. I'll take living in this time period versus living in the 1980s that I grew up in. You wouldn't know the kind of boring ass jobs you'd have to do back then. You had no choice. There was nothing else to do. Your choices were working in some factory. Excuse me. Working in some factory warehouse on your feet all day till you get blisters. And they don't let you work part-time. You've got to work full-time. There was very few part-time jobs available back in the day. Very few. They wanted to work you to the bone because they knew you only would get like $5 an hour back then. Well, actually, when I first started, it was $3.35, but those were the bottom of the barrel jobs. So you can usually get a $5 an hour job back in the day, but you would have to spend so much time on your feet. And so I remember I ended up just working at Disneyland because even though I had to be on my feet all that time, and sometimes it would be 8, 9, 10 hours, they'd make you work sometimes. Or the worst is even if they had you on a 4-hour shift, like let's say it was a short shift, sometimes you wouldn't get any breaks. You'd just be standing there because somebody would have to relieve you of your job, and the person would be so overwhelmed relieving other people of their assignments that they'd fall behind. So you would end up sometimes not even getting a break. You would just be standing. Can you imagine standing on your feet for 4 hours and having to be standing out in the hot burning sun and dealing with money and smelly, filthy people? And that was horrific. That was horrific work. This is like a dream come true when you think about it. Even though it doesn't pay significantly a lot, you could take a break whenever you want. It just, you turn the clock on and you turn the clock off. So I will take today's situation any day over the past. The past is not as rosy as they tell you it is. Oh, we're gonna be going into Anthem Country Club, so brace yourselves for a long wait as we try to get into the community. Oh, I gotta get out my ID, come to think of it. Get myself ready to go. This place is so high security, this whole town. Everything is gates and guards all day long. When I watch other people's videos, they just ramble along in their cars and they just go to the apartments and they go to the doors, and every once in a while they'll have a gate they have to deal with. Not here in Vegas. If any of y'all are thinking about coming out here to Vegas to do DoorDash and UberEats, get ready to deal with a lot of gate codes and guards, because everything is locked up here. Which I guess is good if the world is going to be going to the point where there's a lot of, homeless and impoverished people just wandering around and vandals. I guess it makes sense to have that kind of thing for the future, I guess. If you have an apocalyptic view of what the world is going to be like, then this is the place to come live, because I'm sure you can get a beautiful home here, 5,000 square feet behind walled bars, and you can build your own bomb shelter when you get your house. So if the bombs drop, you can just go into your own bomb shelter and watch DVDs until you finally croak. There's some people that we used to know that lived in one of these fancy areas over here, and the spouse passed away, and they were like that. They were like apocalyptic people. They had a very pessimistic view on humanity. They thought of people no better than cockroaches, is what I think their opinion was. And somehow they were somehow superior. Their thinking was much higher. But they thought everyone around them was nothing but a bunch of lowlifes. And so they were just superior in some way, which I never even understood. I'm like, how could you think other human beings are less than you, yet you yourself are a human being? It doesn't make any sense to me. But, there's a lot of narcissistic people out there, so it should come as no surprise. And we didn't stay friends with those people for very long. That particular relationship came to an end quickly. Bells, they're doing something new. They now have only a single lane to meet with the guard to get in. It used to be a double lane and 2 sets of guards to get in. So maybe they're doing budget cuts. I was really confused. I got to the part where nobody was at, and they had a metal bar that kept automatically going up and down, up and down. It didn't matter if you had a clicker or not. The bar would just go up, it would go down. It would go up, it would go down. And so I was like, what do I do? And then so I went through because the bar lifted. So I'm like, well, you're supposed to go through because the bar says you can go through. So I went through, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't been cleared by any guard to come in here. And like, I ain't gonna get in no trouble. So I just waited, and then the guard waved me over, and then he realized that I didn't know that the new system. So now they got a new system here. You gotta have, I don't know what the heck's going on. I guess there's just a single lane for the moment, which is crazy because the amount of traffic that comes in here that visitors that come in is crazy. So I don't know. I think there's some kind of chaos going on here is what I suspect. So am I here? Yes, we are here.
The customer requested you leave the
All
order
right.
at their door.
Let's drop it.
They added the following instructions.
that was a little bit of a shit show. Oh boy. So both the Target and the tropical smoothie were for the same customer. So I had my hands full, obviously. UberEats, $6.08 for 13 miles. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, so there was a problem with the when it came to like how much stuff I had in my hands. And then when I said leave at the door, they had a gate, and I went to open the gate and the gate was locked. So then I had to set everything down by the gate, but you have to figure out, make sure that the gate doesn't knock anything down, or people walking back and forth don't accidentally knock down the drink. So I was trying to figure out a nice safe spot to put their delivery and get that situated. And then with DoorDash, you gotta take the same picture twice. You gotta take a picture of the stuff for tropical smoothie and then a picture of the stuff for Target. So I stood there, and then I was praying that the internet would work, which it did, thank goodness. And so then those pictures went through just fine. So I was very happy about that. It's currently 100 degrees. It's 10:21. I've got about 30 minutes left in my shift, and then it's gonna come to an end, which I'm very happy about because I'm hot and I'm tired. I want to go home. I want to relax. Oh, I'm not at my full capacity yet. I can't be working at full speed. I don't want to get a relapse and be sick again. So maybe if I don't get anything, and when I get home, I'll just stop and I'll show you guys a nice video of my dogs, and you guys can see all the stats with the little animals. If I wasn't making these videos, I would do a second shift. I would just do the video. No, I would rest, and then I'd go back out later this evening. But once I do the videos, I get so tired. You know, the videos take 2 to 3 hours to edit every day. That's a lot of time. That's basically the same amount of time that I work today. Only it goes by a lot faster because, you know, you're sitting in your nice air-conditioned house and nice and comfortable, so it goes by a lot more pleasant and fast. But still, I lose all that time, and it's almost time to get ready for dinner at that point, and then just go to bed. So it's just amazing how little time there really is in the day when you think about it. Once you minus all the chores and all the hygienic stuff you gotta do, you know, the brushing of the teeth and taking a shower. DoorDash Dunkin' $2.50 for $5. I mean, for 5 miles. No, go away. Yeah, it's amazing when you think about how much time is left to actually do anything in the day. Although if you minus all that time that we all spend wasting on social media, there's all your time right there. If we stop watching television and using social media, we'd all have a lot more time. This is true. But, you know, that's the whole shift in the world today, is that we like to de-stress. I don't know what did people do in the super olden days, in the 1920s, before there was TV? How did they de-stress? I think they drank a lot of alcohol back then. I think that was their method of de-stressing. It was a lot of substance abuse is what was going on. Because when you think about those days, everybody talked about how they smoked and they drank, and they smoked and they drank, and then they didn't live very long. So I think we're doing it right, people. I think even though there's a lot of negativity about social media and all this stuff, the same thing was happening back in the day, but with television. People would get body dysmorphic disorder because they see all these pretty thin people and on the television and commercials, and so they would judge themselves against what they saw on the TV and also in magazines. So it's pretty much the same thing, only now it's in the format now where it's on your phone. So that's the only real difference. But so nothing has really changed, I don't think. The only thing that's gotten a lot better is that people are now seeing things more reality based. Like people watching my videos, it's more reality based. You can see it's just a regular person doing stuff, and so it makes you relate better, and it's better for the mind, actually. I can remember as a kid, all I would ever see on TV is white people all day long. And so in my mind, I started to get an inferiority complex. I thought we were like we were like some sort of inferior race of people. It's like, why are we not being represented on the TV? It's like the only time you ever saw us is if we were in the Chinese laundromat, or if we were the Mexican gardeners working in the yard and we spoke terrible English. So I'm glad those days are behind us in that regards, because now people have a more healthier understanding of the world. Uber Eats, $10.03, 14.1 miles no. Yeah, that definitely has helped society to understand that they're not $16.07 for 17 miles no. So it's helped a lot. So I do see that as an improvement. And the only biggest problem we have right now is nobody knows what is reality and what is fantasy, because there's a lot of deception in media today. So people have a hard time knowing what is reality. But that's always been the case. Everybody in America, $6, 4.9 miles, no. DoorDash, no. People have always been that way. People have always lived in their own bubbles for whatever it is. There was people back in the day that thought it was okay to marry children back in the day, and it's all just because that was the reality. They grew up in an environment where grown-ass men would marry girls that were like 13 years old. So it's just it was a different time. So and that's, to them it was acceptable, and there were just parts of the country that thought that was perfectly normal. So and also drinking alcohol, they thought it was okay for children to drink alcohol in some places. In other places it was completely forbidden to do those things. So we still live in a world, the world has always been fragmented in right and wrong and realities about what is the best for things to do. Baskin Robbins, $13.50 for 10.6 miles no. I don't think we're gonna get anything else, gang. It's already 10:28 and it's not looking so rosy for us, It's starting to look like we are Lush. Go to Lush for $7.75 for 10.5 miles. That ain't gonna happen. Declining. Yeah, I have a feeling that we are out of luck. Totally out of luck. Why are people exercising in 100-degree heat in this town? That is crazy. There was a guy, he just ran by with no shirt on. He looked like one of those workout fanatics. And he's just running like it's no problem. And it's 100 degrees. But he's young. Just wait until he gets all those liver spots and sun damage from the sun destroying his skin. He'll regret what he did. It's funny how when you're young, you think your body's gonna always stay looking good and and fit like that. You don't realize that overnight it just starts to change, and it starts to turn on you, and your skin goes from looking so perfect to looking like an old worn out shoe. Right, everybody, I've pulled into the garage. It's over. It's over, everybody. This day is done, and I'm cooked. So look at all the stats. You can see how much money we made. You can see how many hours we worked, hourly rate. You can see the miles we drove. You can see the miles per gallon. Look below and you can see the stats. You can see how many deliveries we did. You could see acceptance rate, cancellation rate. You can see how customers rated us on both Uber Eats and on DoorDash. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. And tomorrow's will be much longer because I'm going to start my day at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Today was a short one. It was basically from 8:30 to 10:30. So we only worked a couple of hours. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a good one. I'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.